What we do here is go back.
Hey guys, welcome to our podcast, Talking Up with Cindy and Jerry. Hope you guys are doing well.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing out there?
So this past weekend, we hit the Spanish Harlem Festival.
Yes, we did. We did it with Denise's and your aunt.
Yep, we did. We didn't go to the parade because we had other things going on, but we did hit the festival. We got there early.
And found parking. We stayed maybe till about, I think, almost 3. Something like that. 2:30. It started to downpour. It started downpouring just as the main performers started hitting the stage. So how many stages did they have? They had
3.
3?
3. They had 3 stages.
They had the freestyle stage all the way at the end.
I would say 106.
Or from that, the beginning, like 103 or 106.
106.
And then you had La Mega.
Yeah, that was the next one. And then there was another stage also. So
Yes,
they had 3.
which I don't know what was playing over there.
But they had 3 stages playing. Judy Torres was there, C-Bank was there, a few Spanish performers there also. But I was there for the food.
No, the food was great.
The food was so good.
You know, here's the thing I did point out, because your aunt did say it. As we're walking around,
there were some non-traditional Puerto Rican.
and she was like, well, there could be helpers in the kitchen that came to set up.
Yes, but some of them were not.
But your aunt pointed it out. She was like, no, these were not Puerto Rican, food setups.
Yes.
They were trying to cook the same food.
Didn't taste the
same. But
same.
it didn't taste the same.
You can taste it because we tried them and we're like, we stuck to our Latino cooks.
Yeah.
Puerto
I
Rican
had
cooks.
the chicken.
You had chicken kebab.
Yeah, they call it in Spanish pinchos.
Pinchos.
Let me tell you, it was really good.
Flavor.
It was tender.
That spot was they were genuine.
They were genuine
because they even had the rice and beans there and everything.
Yeah. I could have ate more there.
Yes, and they even had morcilla there. For those of you that don't know, morcilla is pig's blood
sausage. I mean, a lot of cultures have it. It's not only.
And my niece said it was good. It was just a little spicy.
She said it was spicy. Yeah.
Yeah, the pina coladas were on point.
So now, when we went down there, I was dressed.
This is gonna get really good, people.
You were dressed ready to celebrate. She had this hat on.
Listen, I've had this hat.
And you have a jersey. You didn't wear it.
I didn't wear my jersey. Right. I'm a true Puerto Rican. I'm half Puerto Rican, but I'm a true Puerto Rican.
You were born in New York City, though.
I'm a New Yorican.
Okay.
That's what we're called, New Yorican.
You were born in New York City.
Actually, I have a shirt. It's called a Dominican. I do have a shirt. It's a Dominican. So I'm a New York Dominican. But I have my gear because I grew up going to Puerto Rico as a kid, and when I go, I buy my stuff. But him, no. We've gone to visit 2 or 3 times. He's never bought a Puerto Rico jersey. Right. I had none of it. None of it. Every time I'm down there, I always look for something unique.
You're right.
That I can't find here.
The funny part is, friends of ours that got to Puerto Rico, he bought a Bacardi jersey.
Yeah, a Bacardi jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy it.
I don't know. So when we're down in the festival, he's the only one in the group that has nothing on to represent. So I was like, dude, we got to get you something.
Yeah.
So he's looking at other stuff, and he's like, oh. I was like, this is it. Which is the one he's wearing.
Yeah.
Nobody else had it.
We were looking at hats.
That I'm confiscating that.
New York Rican, right there.
New Yorican, yep.
Yankees and the PR for Puerto Rico.
Yep. I'm confiscating that. If I can't find I want that same hat.
Yeah, okay.
In red.
Stop. Now I'm gonna have to hide it. But so we went to like a couple of vendors, and then we went to this one vendor. She was charging $20.
If we go to Spanish Harlem, I bet you I'll find it.
We didn't find it. We were in Spanish Harlem. We didn't see it. We went to a couple of other vendors.
Shops. They have actually shops after festival. There are Puerto Rican shops that stay open. So if not, I'll look online for it. That one's a cool one. I like that.
But we did find this one. It was $20. So this is more than the other ones. The other ones were like 12.
But it's unique, and it's
unique. None of the other stores or vendor pop-ups had this hat.
No.
Because as we were walking by, I would just kind of eye for it, and
he got complimented on it.
Thanks
to me.
Yeah.
Listen,
I had a great time. I'm not. We've talked about.
All right, wait.
We talked about this. Stop.
No, we're gonna get into it.
No,
people. You know what he did to me? We're downtown. We're down in Spanish Harlem.
Yeah, we are.
And he goes, "Hey, babe."
And we're on the east side. You gotta understand. So my thought process is, can I kill two birds with one stone? Two birds with one stone.
Yeah, that's what
two birds with one stone.
I wanted to hit him.
And it's summertime, right? It's summertime.
So I do buy different types of sausage. I buy the chorizo.
No.
I buy.
No. Say what you said.
I'm looking to buy this Argentinian sausage. No.
He goes, hey, babe. We're done with Spanish. You know, there's a Polish stuff.
I said there is a German, Austrian.
Yes. I looked at him, I'm like, are you kidding me? He goes, what? But it's really good. Can you be Puerto Rican for one day?
Yeah, she did. She
I was like,
she said it. People looked.
John's Puerto Rican festival. He's like, but it was just, I was like, no.
It's on 82nd Street, 2nd Avenue. We're on 100 and...
No.
Where we parked the car? Wait,
we parked the car on 118.
118 on 2nd
Avenue.
2nd or 3rd Avenue? So
2nd Avenue.
2nd Avenue.
The festival's on 3rd.
Right, so we're talking a hop, skip. You jump in the car, you go down, you park the car, and you get some...
We were there for Puerto Rican food.
Yeah, she literally...
I looked at him, I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, what? He goes, you're going to kill me. I'm like, we're here to celebrate us. Stop that.
Can't you be...
I said, can't you be Puerto Rican for one day? He goes, Puerto Rican? I said, no.
Yeah, she did.
I said, Puerto Rican for one day.
Yeah.
You mentioned it again.
I did. People looked at us, and I was like... I didn't even have an answer. You know what I'm saying?
I was like...
But you know what? When they took a photo with the beard like this, I did look Puerto Rican. I looked at... Even your nieces were like... When you told them...
They looked at him and they just shook their heads. Like, shame on you.
Even your niece's fiance, she was
more Puerto Rican than him.
Yeah. Yeah, she's out there from the Midwest. I give it to you.
We had another situation when we were down there. And he caught it, of course, situation awareness.
That's right. You gotta, listen, add it up. Any street festival, I'm going to be looking around, eyeing everything. You're going to be matching up with the guys that, doing the same.
So we were down on 106th Street waiting for C-Bank to hit the stage, of course, because I'm a C-Bank fan. And
this is what I recall. Yes, I did recall this.
So we were waiting for C-Bank to hit the stage and Judy Torres to hit the stage. And it wasn't that crowded yet because everyone was over by the other side.
But the music was playing.
But they had a DJ and music was pumping.
She was dancing.
So I'm that person. I'm always dancing.
Just like you see in those reels or shorts.
Where someone's standing
the
and
girl's like this,
dancing.
la la la. And the guy's like this. Watch that guy to the left. All right, that guy's just like me. He's on
My nieces were dancing around too.
All you guys were just la 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 dancing.
And he's caught this guy staring, like constantly staring and looking our direction.
Yeah. But in all fairness, I also looked at him and I'm like, he looks kind of familiar, but not familiar enough that I could say, oh, I've seen this guy. I know this guy. You know what I'm saying? It was just enough like, I've seen him, but I'm not 100% that I've seen him that I know him. Because she'll tell you for a fact. We'll go places.
And they say hi to him and he doesn't remember who they are sometimes.
Yeah, or I just don't know who it is. And she was like, who was it? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. It just happens. Yeah. And that is from, again, we're 35 years together.
Yeah.
From the beginning, she's seen it.
But this, I was oblivious. I was enjoying the music. Yeah. So he goes, hey, do you know that guy? I'm like, who are you talking about?
No.
You recognize him?
I said, there's a guy looking over here a couple of times.
Yeah, he goes,
do you recognize him? Because he looks familiar, but not enough to say yes.
Yes. And I'm like, who are you talking about? So he didn't, because we don't point. He's like with his head over at the
you don't point.
And I'm like,
come on.
So I'm looking at, and I had to like really look.
You know why you don't point? Because in my mind, there's a sniper out there. You point. They took that guy out and pointed. You know what I'm saying? So you give the nonchalant look with the eyes, and sometimes you don't even do it, but yeah, just look to my...
So I look...
Look to my 3 o'clock. Look to my 5 o'clock.
That's not how he said it. He just went like this.
Yeah, I went like this in this one.
Puerto Ricans do that. Even my nieces were like, while we were walking, they're like... so he was with his head, and I looked, and I really had to look. I'm like, oh my God.
It was your ex or something like that.
He's not my ex. Don't ever say that again. He's not... I went on a date with him one time. So it's a friend from my neighborhood.
Yo, did you see that? Damn.
One time. Did you know? So a friend of mine from my neighborhood, it's her cousin. And this is when I was a teenager. I went on a date with the guy one time. And I guess he saw my sister and myself on social media. And the guy was constantly stalking me and my sister, asking us out on dates. And actually one time he thought I was messing around with this guy. And I was like, no, I know him from when I was a kid.
Because what happens is she has now we listen, there's a test out there. that some people say, hey, can you share each other's phones and look at it? And one guy was like, nah, I'm not doing it.
I give you my phone because
She can look at my phone to the whatever, to the end of days and stuff like that. There's nothing to hide.
Yeah.
When I see those reels and the girl's like really surprised, are you really surprised? She's like, yeah. The guy walked. I'm not seeing it. Letting her see my phone.
Yeah.
We can see.
I gave him my phone. I had nothing.
So what happens is, we have one computer, and she has a habit also using the computer for her social media. We have, browser profiles, and she left it up. She left the messenger up. So again, situation whereas before I closed it, I caught the script of, hey, I want to, hang out with you, whatever.
Yeah.
So I inquired. I'm like, hey, not that I was looking.
Yeah, I was like, from the neighborhood.
Right.
When I went,
he was pretty aggressive.
He was very, and you can read out the message like,
he was
I'm happily married, or and I was like, he's going through it, whatever. I'm that person. I'm nice.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm a nice person.
I feel bad.
He's getting divorced. I know his cousin.
I'm like this. There's a couple of Virgo, and she knows this for a fact. There's a Virgo like, hey, when friendships end or relationships, Virgo would just walk right by you. I'm like, that's me. Yo, dead.
I'm a nice person.
She's a nice person. I don't know if that's a trait, your zodiac sign or what, but
I know his cousin and I are very good friends and everything. And he started making advances at me, and I told him, I said, I'm married, So I put a kibosh. I cut that. I cut him off my social media and everything. Then he started messaging my sister. Yeah. And asking her out on dates.
Yeah.
And my sister put a kibosh on that too. So then my sister and I contacted his cousin, which is our friend for years, and she had to tell him, hey, they're both happily married women. Leave them alone.
Well, he never came by. He never came by. He never came over and said hi or nothing like that. Because I think he noticed sometimes she goes, sometimes one day, you're going to piss somebody off and they're going to come and punch you. Well, it hasn't happened yet. I made it, obvious, like, hey, I'm looking at you looking this way. You know what I'm saying? I would look over and I'll be like,
I think you made your point because at one point he just disappeared.
Yeah. And, but I didn't know who he was. I knew enough that I recognized the face, which was weird because it was only on social media I showed his face.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It wasn't enough to say, I know who this person is or I've seen this person. I just recognized the face. And I'm like, several times he would just look over. And, we're all in a group, so it was hard for me to determine, like, is it me? Is it Cindy? Is it the girls? Which I'm like, it can't be them. They're too young. So I literally told her, I said, hey, do you know this person over here? You know what I'm saying? Because he's looked over a couple of times, and I looked at him already a couple of times back. Like, the fuck you looking at?
And I was
Excuse me, I'm sorry, bleep. What the fuck you looking at,
I was oblivious. I was busy enjoying myself and the music. And
yeah, when I told her, she was like, oh my God.
I was like,
it's that guy I dated.
No, actually, he started that. I was like, oh my God. He goes, what? I said, that's a stalker. He goes, the stalker. The stalker? I was like, yeah, that's the stalker. He goes, oh no.
But I'm going to tell you, even though you would, I'm going to tell you what was in my head. I was like, damn, I'm good. I saw this guy's face maybe once or twice on social media. Maybe almost 10 years ago, right? At least 7 years ago. Before COVID.
Yeah, at least 7.
And
he recognized him.
Out of the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think if he was looking our way, I would have still probably recognized, like, that guy looks familiar. So
it was so funny.
When people got those traits, like they see those.
I was actually going to contact his cousin and be like, hey, I saw your cousin.
You know how they do a lineup of books? Do you recognize this person? That'd be me. I'm like, yes. I saw that person 7 years ago. Blah, blah, blah. But no, I did.
Yeah. I also ran into friends. I ran into some friends that I went to junior high school.
Even your nieces.
They ran into. Listen, when you go down to the festival or to the parade, especially when you go to the parade and you walk around instead of staying in one spot, you're gonna run into, because we're Puerto Rican. We know everybody.
Yeah. So I didn't run into anybody.
He doesn't
because I didn't hang out.
Because he didn't hang out with Puerto Ricans. He hung out with the Italians and the Greeks and the Polacks. So yeah, he didn't know.
I didn't know. Freaking Jackie always telling my business out there.
Yeah.
Jerry didn't hang out with it. He was hanging out with the Irish. So we got to go to the Irish parade. So
maybe he'll run into his people then.
I got to go to the San Gennaro festival.
Yeah. Then he'll run. Actually, yeah, we've gone to San Gennaro festival and he's run into people. Yeah. You see? So because he was like, "Who's the guy?" I'm like, "Oh." This guy, we went to junior high school together. He was like, dang. Yeah. I was like,
she bumped into a person from your neighborhood.
Yeah.
There was like nobody from my neighborhood or nobody. Nah, there was no Irish there. There was no.
And if we had stayed longer.
There was no Greeks from the pizzeria.
A lot of my friends,
We left because they started to die.
I guarantee it. There would have been others.
Oh yeah, no, because I told them no, because we got messaged afterwards.
Yes.
Hey, you guys were down there. We were down there.
Yes.
Because I started posting photos and videos on my social media, and then later on, because we did come home, we got soaked. It rained.
I was soaked. I just didn't care. I'm like, I'm just gonna walk in this rain.
So we came home, dried off, refreshed, and hit the city back again, and went to Mama Juana's, Mama Sushi.
That was really good.
We hung out.
That was really good.
We made a full day of it.
We did. It was a full day.
Yeah, it was a full day. We were exhausted. 22,000 steps.
Well, she did. I had 16,000 steps, but she was dancing. Everywhere there was music. That's my wife. She was dancing.
So, to say that we had fun, it was a full.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, your aunt was like, yo, she's a trooper. Let me tell you, at her age,
yes,
she was just walking back and forth.
My 85-year-old aunt.
At the end, they got her.
We had to buy her a chair.
And this is how you know they die hard. These
die hard. Well, she's an island Puerto Rican.
Yeah. We got her the chair. Well, actually, my nieces got her the chair. They sat her up on the side, right? And, the stage is over here, and they sat her on the side. So, it started to rain. We went back to look for her.
We left her by the Spanish music stage.
Yeah, there was a lot of people sitting by. Yeah. It was, she was a good company. They were, like, nodding heads. Traditional, like, don't worry, we got her. You got the guys looking, Mm-hmm. We went back, she was gone. We thought she left.
Yes.
She was like, nah, I took the chair.
I called her cell phone. I'm like, hey, where are you? We can't find you. I took the chair and moved closer to the stage.
She said, yeah. Which I said right off the bat, that figures because we'll go to Orchard Beach and she is right there.
She's actually come on a few of their videos.
Yeah, she has. And she is right there at front stage dancing to the Spanish music at Orchard Beach. So I'm like, when she said it, I'm like, well, of course. She was like, they sat me in the corner? In the corner? I'm not doing that.
She moved all over.
She brought right to the front.
Yeah.
She probably even told them, my nieces and my nephews.
Yeah, so I called her.
In the corner.
And so I said, hey, we couldn't find you. We're all getting ready to leave. She goes, oh, it's like the downpour. So I packed up my chair and I went to the train station. I was like,
yeah, that was another thing. I'm one of those, I'm going to drive you home. I take you home. This woman's like, nah, I'm going to take the train.
85 years old.
They should complain about it. It's not the same. It's dangerous. If it's dangerous, then why not wait? I can drive you home. But nah, she's a trooper. Because you know why? She's probably typical Puerto Rican. In that satchel bag, whatever, she got a blade. Don't come near me. I'm Puerto Rican. She was straight up. She'll start saying stuff in Spanish 100 miles.
And we were worried because we walked a lot.
No, we did.
We walked a lot.
There was, like I said, I got 16,000 steps. 21,
well,
22.
People, I don't know, for people that have never been to the festival, we hadn't been to the festival in over, I think, 5-6 years. So it's like from 103rd or 104th Street all the way to 120th Street.
And then you gotta understand, they separate it. So it's on the street, but in the middle, which they don't do that in a lot of festivals. So maybe they're starting to.
So this is why they separate it.
You couldn't, like, if you're on between 103rd and 104th, you're either on this side or this side. You can't walk between.
So you know why they do that? That middle section that's blocked off, if there's an emergency, that's the way they're going to run cars through.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But then I always saw that stupid golf cart with those guys on it, with the suits.
Yeah.
Always going through where everybody walks.
Yeah, no, the middle section is for emergency service.
Because they have the small empty,
yes,
fire department.
Yeah, because I was looking, I'm like,
ambulance, EMS, they could go right through it.
Yeah, so that's why they have it set up that way. But we walk from 106.
Yeah, because you have to walk. You walk this way. And then walking back, you're like, all right, let's go on this side.
And then we didn't even go down the... Well, we did the cross once through 3rd Avenue.
Actually, when we got there, we went straight to the bakery.
We went to a Puerto Rican bakery. He was so happy. He was, what am I getting?
No, you just made a big thing because I drink coffee black.
Oh, I told you, you're in a Puerto Rican
yeah, she says it.
And it's packed.
It's packed. It's packed. You got like a Hispanic officer. They told the Hispanic officer, come over, we'll serve you. And he was like, nah, don't worry about it.
That's right. Respect.
Yeah. No, respect on both sides. They were like, hey, we got you. He's like, nah, I'm saying I'm here all day and stuff.
Don't worry
about it. The whole crowd.
Line.
And she's like, what do you want? Yeah, take, black. Really? Really? We're in a Spanish bakery and you want black coffee? She was like, and you were like something like,
I was like,
your Spanish.
I was like, your Spanish side came out. He goes, what? I said, we're in a Puerto Rican bakery. You're supposed to get your café con leche. It's nice, and because it's not made with regular milk. No, when you go to a Puerto Rican bakery, the coffee's made with evaporated milk.
But it tastes, you know what? It tastes really good. It does.
Tastes good.
So when you drink black coffee, espresso. There's a bitter, there's a bite, there's strength in that coffee.
That Puerto Rican coffee.
That to me is like candy. I'm like, this is like sweet. You know what I'm saying?
They make it with evaporated milk. They put the sugar into the evaporated milk. They blend it, whip it, and then they mix it with the coffee.
But it was a traditional bakery. They had sandwiches. They had all the cakes. They had everything.
Water bread. They had the Puerto Rican water bread, nice and pressed with the butter. It was really good. So we splurged and we enjoyed it.
You can tell how we went this time. We didn't even set the timer on this.
I know, we were excited about this episode.
So
I got complimented, of course, on my hat.
You did.
And then I had this amazing dress. It was really... I saw people staring at the dress.
Yeah, that I see.
And I got complimented twice when we were at Mama Juana and I went to the bathroom. 2 girls were like, I love the dress. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
So I had a full-blown red dress because, of course, you got to represent.
So I think like I said, we came back. We had to take showers, refresh, and drive back into the city, up into the Bronx. Mama Juana's was really... that party was going. Right? Yeah, that party was going.
I know. It was kicking it. Yeah. It was really good.
The food was really... Well...
The food took forever, but it was worth it.
But it was worth it because we were partying.
It was crowded.
It was crowded.
You know what?
They weren't rushing people.
I felt bad for probably the cooks back there. That place was packed.
Hookers were out.
Yeah. There was not one empty table.
There was not one empty.
The music was going.
People were dancing.
Yes. People were dancing in there by their tables and by the dance floor.
Yeah.
It was
a celebration.
It was a celebration, yeah.
They were down there. They said, come to the after party.
All of them had the after party.
Yeah.
So then we went, we didn't want to move our car. So
we walked to Mama Sue's.
So all 3 restaurants are in the same area. They're walking distance. So it's Mama Juana, made in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And then a little farther down is Mama Sushi.
Yes.
So, and these are big restaurants for the Bronx and that area.
Yeah, they are.
Good DJs and everything. So that whole area, it was, all you saw was cars with flags on them.
Yes.
People out.
I had no flag on my car.
No, we haven't done that in years. No. We did it when we had our green Saturn.
We did it, yes.
We used to do it.
Let me rephrase that. She did
I used to do it. I used to put the flag on my car. I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But we had a blast. Yesterday, we came home yesterday because we also had an event yesterday. And my leg hurt from all the walking and dancing. And
I told her, I said, listen, you did a lot of walking, you did a lot of steps. Yeah. So maybe that pain, but if it lasts another day,
no, it's gone.
Then hell, we'll get it checked out.
It's gone. It's gone. So
because you never know. I mean, we've had an experience with a friend of ours, family member. So I just said, hey, make sure the leg is good. Otherwise,
no, it's good, all good. So on top, we had a busy weekend, and it's even more busier next week. It's getting busy. This is why we're down to 1 episode.
We're down to 1 episode because it's busy.
It's very busy.
We have multiple projects going on that really are taking.
And then there's events, and there's babies coming in the family.
Babies are coming.
And weddings.
Summer's here. You'll be in Florida. I'll be in Florida.
Mm-hmm. We have 2 weddings in the family that are being planned right now as we speak.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, I could say even with my older kids, we're working on the project.
That too.
I sometimes I gotta remind them, hey, we get a project going on. We can't just slack on days and stuff like that.
Nope.
It's commitment. Mm-hmm. So sometimes there's a give and take. Sometimes like this is 1 episode a week.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure out how to get it more generated, go into IG and redo the Spotify.
We haven't even done the Spotify.
We did it, but I didn't jump back in it, and that's
been really busy.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that when she's in Florida. That's also my vacation time, so that's like 2 weeks. That I'll have that.
Well, he's getting a vacation this week. I'm leaving on Sunday.
Oh, maybe I'll do it this week. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets to sleep by himself for a whole week because I'm gone for a whole week as of Sunday.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, she's partying. Yeah, she's partying since.
What? This is between me and my girlfriend. We're going by ourselves. We're gonna have a good time. It's her 55th birthday celebration, so we're out to celebrate.
All right. So take us out of here.
Okay, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share, talk about our podcast, give us your information, and check us out.
Later, everybody.
Bye.